Move over Mason Ho, there is a new froth lord in town. Welcome back to the Insiders Podcast. Another absolute diamond episode for you here. This is one of those ones where it's an unexpected guest with an unexpected conversation that I jumped off the call and was like, wow, what a guy, what a chat. I think people are going to love this. Tonight, I have the pleasure of speaking to a guy called Robbie, who on social media is Let's Speak English. He is a guy who lives in Spain and teaches English to Spanish people, but more importantly, he is an absolute core lord, icon, legend. One of those underground people who is just frothing out and just loves surfing. And I just wanted to chat to him about his experiences, his work, and more importantly, his surfing. So this is me and Robbie. I reckon you're going to love this one. Then check him out on socials. But yeah, here's me and Robbie chatting. Enjoy.
Yes, Matt. How you doing, mate?
Robbie, how's it going? I'm good.
Really good, man. Loving life. Just having an epic day.
As always, well, I hope as always as well.
Fuck, I'm jealous of your hair, mate. I swear to God, I'm going bald, and I look at people with hair and I think, fuck me dead. That's what I used to look like.
But, well, to be fair, it's maybe one of the only things I've got going for me. So, but how
Fuck
are
me
things? You
dead.
good?
Yeah, really good, man. Loving life. Just at the office working this morning and gonna take my grommet for a little surf in the afternoon. It's a bit big today for him, so we're just gonna try and find somewhere. But yeah, just busy at work, mate. Just getting as
Yeah,
many sales as we can, brother. I'm just always working hard to get the sales pumping.
that's it. That's exactly what I'm literally just come off of a meeting at work, straight into lunch and chatting to you, which is good though, which is cool. So where are you based? Like,
So I have my company here in Santander in the where Guti's from, where Pablo's from.
yeah,
Well, so we've got our English academy here, and then I've got a house in Mogro, which is like 20 minutes away from Santander, full paradise, like little river mouth, like sick, like such a sick spot. And then I've also got a place in Tenerife,
yeah,
and I spend the winters there. I've only just started like spending more. I've always gone there every winter for like 2 or 3 months, but then my son Solly, he just turned 6 like last year. So this winter just gone, we were like, fuck the school, because until they're 6, you don't have to like it's not you don't have to take them to school really. It's like it's not obligatory. But when they turn 6 over here, they have to go. Otherwise, like you're gonna start getting letters and fucking take your kids off you. So we were like, what are we gonna do? Like we can't be in the cold all winter. So we just put him in school for the winter in Tenerife there, where my wife, she's got, because her father was from Tenerife. He died a couple of years ago, but she's got a brother and a sister. They live in Tenerife. So yeah, we tried it out this winter. Like we were there for 6 months, like from January. We've just come back to Cantabria, like the mainland now. And my son had the best time ever at school. He loves it. And when we said to him, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go back to school in Cantabria or stay here in Tenerife? And he was like, let's go home for the summer and then we'll come back in
sick.
September and go to school here. So we're going to be doing like the school year in Tenerife and then the summers here, then like
Yeah.
3 months here in like Santander in the summer.
That's so good because like half the time you hear people have those plans, but they feel bad because they're taking their kid from one place to the next and stuff. I've got a good friend who's actually just moved out to Spain to I've forgotten where it is, but he doesn't surf or anything, but it's like Barcelona or something like that anyway. And one of the hardest things is his three kids are all English speaking, and
Yeah.
they're going to a place where everyone's obviously Spanish, whereas obviously for you that's like a way easier transition as well. Plus you get warmer winters and waves.
Yeah, mate, it's world class. Like the waves where I live in Tenerife are fucking psycho. It's unbelievable. It's really localized, like
Some heavy
proper
locals out
localized.
there, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like Pablo, when he found out that I was like going to be living there, because I've been going there for the last few years. I used to spend a lot of time in Fuerteventura, but that's just fucking gone to the dogs now with how like Italians have taken over. So it's so crowded. And then we started going to spend a bit more time in Tenerife. And when I told Pablo where I was going to be going, he was all worried. He was like, "Oh, are you sure?" Like he was like, like fully concerned. It was so funny. He's like, "Mate, like the locals there are fucking like they won't let you surf." And so I was kind of shitting myself before we first went there. We first went there a few years ago, and it was actually like it was pretty gnarly, but I because I speak Spanish. Like I've been living in Spain for 20 years,
Yeah,
and I've got a bit of a social media profile as well. Like I've got a bit of an audience on social media. So people like fucking recognize me like everywhere.
yeah,
It's mad. Even this morning, just like someone asking me for a picture, my son was tripping, going, "Why?" Like it's mad. But and that kind of helps when someone recognizes you in the wall. Oh, I follow you. Oh, I like your videos, whatever. And then the like locals, they might see you chatting to this guy, and then oh, he's all right. So you kind of like sort of slowly a little bit, but it is really fucking localized.
mm.
But that's why it's not really that crowded. It's not too bad, like with the crowds, and the waves are fucking unreal.
Yeah,
It's psycho. It's up in the north of Tenerife.
yeah. The
Sick,
no
sick, sick.
People say like the Northern Track is like the spot where leave the locals to it, kind of, especially when traveling, right?
Yeah.
But it definitely must help that you can speak to them in obviously great fluent Spanish. Like,
Yeah, I've been here a long time. Do you know what I mean? So that helps me a lot. Do you know what I mean? And then I can be sort of tell a funny joke or say something, or
yeah,
like you can sort of show your personality and you can be cool. Do you know what I mean?
and you can
So that
explain what
helps.
you can explain your situation as well. Like I've just moved, or well, it's nearly 2 years ago now, from one part of England to Cornwall, and obviously
Yeah.
Cornwall's not heavily localized, but there are some spots, and also
Yeah.
it's not localized, but in the lineup, I always hold that respect of like if I'm somewhere that I'm not where I'm from, I'm like, right, I
Yeah.
will sit wider and take my time,
Yeah.
etc. And
Yeah.
and now I've been able to, because of like previous things that I've worked on and stuff, and what I do, obviously I do reviews on YouTube, things like that. I sometimes get noticed and they go, "Oh, you're that guy," but now I can explain, "Oh, that's what I used to do, but I've moved down here, like I live here," kind of thing. And it's like slowly, like nearly 2 years in, and now I can recognize the people that I've been seeing for the last 2 years and the people that I haven't, so I can kind of gauge, "Oh, you're a local. You're like, yeah, you go have whatever wave you want." Blah blah blah, and then you're not from around here, so sorry, but
I'm going, mate. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
and that's if you've surfed and you like, it's not rocket science. You can figure it out. Like you just sort of observe a little bit. You go, right, this guy, he's like head local. Oh, this guy, it's not that hard. You just got a bit of common sense. Do you know what I mean? And I think that that's where loads of people go wrong. They haven't got a clue, and they'll just paddle straight out to the peak, and you're like, oh my God, what are you doing?
yeah,
So yeah, I think, and then people recognize that and they acknowledge that. And if you're cool, then they're obviously going to sort of like, especially if you're living there, they're going to be cool with you too, because you're obviously going to see each other all the time. So
exactly. And
yeah,
even
man.
even like when I go to France, for example, and surf with like Pablo, or like I've got a couple of other friends like Mark Phipps or Christian Bradley who are
Wow.
locals, and
Yeah,
but what I'll do is I'll go surf with them, and because the people in the crowd have seen me talking to them or paddling out with
exactly.
them, they
Yeah.
kind of are like, okay, he might not be a local, but he's with someone and stuff, and it kind of helps, because
Mate, like Pablo, whenever I surf with him, like I get sets like at all the like high profile spots around here because he's just there, like the king, and he's just like, Robbie, go, Robbie, go. And then everyone hears him like bellowing, Robbie, go. And I'm like, I'm on, boys. And and isn't it interesting with surfing how it's like almost like this whole culture where like you can't just be a German picking up like a softboard when you're like 35 and expect to understand it all. All these layers to it, and the
Yeah.
culture is cool, man. And I really like that was what attracted me to surfing when I was a young grommet, and all the sort of like the secret, like the take you to the secret spot, or you get respect from like it's the whole culture behind it. And I love all these little stories about yeah, localism and
Yeah.
just surfing in general.
And I think it's really cool. I think sometimes it gets taken out of hand one way and the other. I also think like this is why in what I do for my job is why that it's there's not many industries in the world where you have to partake in the sport to understand how you sell the sport or you market the
Yeah,
sport. But I have to spend quite a lot of my time explaining to people, okay, no, we can't say that, or we're not gonna push that because it's in the culture of surfing, it's seen as kooky or it's seen as like wrong.
yeah,
Um, like, and even when I make content and I'm on a certain beach, I'll make sure the camera's facing a certain way so you can't
yeah,
potentially see where we are or and
yeah,
obviously
mate.
some beaches, like I live close to Fistral Beach, it's not a secret spot. So like I don't have to worry about it. And but at the same time, other places you do, especially in Cornwall, and obviously it's a tight-knit small community.
Yeah,
But that's what I love about surfing as well, is something I was going to chat to you about because it kind of goes over how I noticed your content and
yeah,
why it was really weird. I noticed your content, then was having a meeting with Pablo, who said Pablo Gutierrez rips everyone though. Like if you don't know him, check him out. And he's a great guy and works for Rip Curl and ex-pro sponsors and stuff. But we was talking about your content without I didn't know you knew him, and but that now the surf world has brought three people together. Where if I were coming to Santander, I'd message you, be like, bro, do you want to go for a surf? Or if you were in
yeah,
Newquay,
mate.
I'd be like, if I saw that you were in Newquay and hadn't messaged me to go for a surf, I'd be like, what's up? Like kind
Yeah,
of thing.
mate.
And that's what I love about the surfing world is there's the localism part of it where it's like stay away and go away to a certain extent, but there's also the complete opposite of it as well, where it's like you open arms, invite people in, and like there's people I've barely ever met, and they might be like, "Oh, I need to borrow a board bag," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, my DB Journey board bag that's £400. Of course, you could take it across the other side of the world." Like, and you're like, it's just accepted.
Yeah, mate. That's some of the best, well, the best experiences I've ever had have been like through surfing, and the best people I've ever met have been through surfing. And yeah, it is interesting how just from the pure act that you both surf, that you've already got a connection, and you're
Yeah,
more likely to probably, I don't know, like do something for that person to help them out or whatever. And yeah, as you said, it brings people together, mate. It's fucking trippy, eh? But and that's why I think about my grommet, and he's surfing. He's 7, and he's like surfing a lot now, and he's fully getting into it. And the other day he was like, "Stop pushing me! I want to catch my own waves." And he
yeah,
loves Mason Ho, like that's his
that's it.
idol, full idol. Like so, he's just always on the Mason YouTube videos, just frothed out. And he was saying to me, he's like, "Do you reckon that when Mason was 7, he was catching his own waves without his dad pushing him and stuff like that?" And you just think about how all the characters and how the personalities in surfing. I don't know, it's more than just the act of riding a wave. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's the characters behind it and all the stories and the sort of interpersonal relationships. And that's why I want my grommet. I don't want him to be a pro. Like I'd be sick if he were a pro. Do you know what I mean? And I'll film him and I'll do everything that I can for him to be a great surfer. But more when I think about why do I want him to surf, it's more for like the lifestyle that I've been lucky to live. Like I'm just so happy, and like surfing shaped my whole life. Like I wouldn't be living in Santander and Tenerife if didn't surf. No way. And
yeah,
like I just want him to have those experience and have that sort of lifestyle as well. So yeah,
that's
it's
really
pretty
cool. And
sick.
do you think that like that's like so? For example, his favorite surfer at the moment is Mason.
Yeah.
And mate, what's great about what I like when you say that, what I really like about that is his favorite surfer isn't a world tour surfer. like Mason's life is traveling, chasing the best waves. Like obviously, for example, Mason's sponsored by Rip Curl. Barely puts on a wetsuit. Like
Yeah,
I
he's
I
in
would like to
boardies all
know.
the time.
I'd like to know the last time Mason wore boots on his own choice. Like, do you know what I mean, kind of thing. Um, and your boy could be inspired that he can live a life where basically he can go and surf wherever he wants and stuff, but also know that he doesn't have to be doing it in competition. Like you can't do that in football. You can't like in a little bit now you can. Like, obviously things have
Yeah,
changed with YouTube and stuff if you're a
yeah,
freestyler, but it's obviously
yeah.
less. Whereas there's free surfers out there in the world who earn more than world tour surfers or on a level. Um, and also vice versa as well. You look at people like Gabby and Italo and stuff, they don't put out edits because they just love the competition side. But that's cool, that's their jam. But it is cool that your Grom's like frothing on free surfing and on the more on the culture and the vibe of surfing rather than competitions.
Yeah, you're right. And like he doesn't care about contests. Like one of his mates, he's got another little surf mate, like he's the same age, 7, and his dad's like fully into it, and his dad's always calling me going, "Let's take the Groms." And his dad's like really, he's actually a physiotherapist, and he works with a lot of like young surfers from here in Cantabria, and he's like full competitive. Like I don't know, it's a bit mad. I'm quite clean shaven, and you are as well. But I look at him; he's always clean shaven, like immaculate, and I'm like, he's a pro, like he's a competitive guy. He's like a competition surfer or whatever. He's a sportsman. Do you know what I mean? And anyway, we were surfing the other day, and he said, the dad, he said to my son Solly, he said, "Oh, won't be long. You'll be doing the under 10s contests."
Yeah.
And my son just went straight. He goes, "Nah, I'm a free surfer like Mason."
Yes.
I'm a free surfer like Mason, but it is important, and what you said as well. Mason's obviously getting paid. I don't know how much Mason's on, but I reckon he's pulling in must be like 300 grand a year. I don't know. Like he must be making coin. And anyway, I said that to my son as well, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to make videos and to be a YouTuber. I'm just going to make videos and be sponsored and just be a free surfer." So you're right. How that side of surfing is really attractive for a Grom. I think, well, in my case, for my son, it has been.
But
And
that's
yeah,
also
not
really refreshing because in my line of what I do and also like speaking with people like Pablo and other people from other brands as well and stuff, I would say top up there in work pet hates is the message I get from kids or parents where their kids between the age of say like 10 and 14. And essentially, in short, it says, please sponsor me because I want to do competitions. And I'm
do you
like,
get calls from parents asking you
me
to get their Grom sponsored? Yeah.
messages all the time, like all the time. I would say like 15 a week. Like,
No way.
and all of them, I wait for the day, and I hope someone listens to this. I wait for the day where I get a message from a Grom where it says, I'm looking for sponsorship because I'm looking to do a trip here, here, and here. And on that trip, I'm going to do some video edits plus some social content. Um, and I think I can represent your brand. And I'll go, great, I'll give that kid money because no one like take out maybe the Challenger series and above, and even the Challenger series, I put a question mark next to it. Anything below that, so qualifying series, world tour events, and any like Euros, even ISAs, no one cares. Like nobody cares who's winning that. And Mason Ho's the perfect example. Mason is on high coin because when he endorses a fin, or when he releases a model with Lost, or when he collabs on something with Rip Curl, it will outsell anyone on the world tour because of how people resonate with Mason. And like so from a marketeer's background, I'm like, well, that's what I want. I want real content that resonates with people. I don't want like in the nicest way possible. Go and do your competitions, go and do your under 12s and your under 14s, great. But if that's all you're doing, you're not going to get sponsored, not properly and not long term. And so it's really cool that you're Grom saying that and like saying like, no, I'm a free surfer, no, I'm inspired by Mason, I want to make videos and stuff because if that's what's inspiring him, that's actually more probably more valuable.
I think so. And obviously, like our business was traditionally like in person, like very sort of traditional sort of type business. And then 2020 or 2021 is when we started selling our digital courses, like our digital products,
Yeah,
and marketing all that through social media. And we've seen how it's been unreal for our business, like unreal. We're so stoked with how everything's going. It's sick, man. Like getting the sales through doing social media marketing is sick, man, and it's super fun as well. And like Solly, my son, he sees me, and he associates now. He's like, make a video, make money. Like, so if he
yeah,
if he sees me on his, if I'm on my phone like filming something or whatever, I'm like, oh. Because I don't really want him to see me on my phone all the time. So I'm like, oh, I'm just doing this because I'm filming something because I want to sell, cool, I want to make money so we can go surfing. That's what I say to him. I just say, mate, I want to make money so we can go surfing, right? And then so he associates that with making videos is that you can sell and it will make money. Because at the end of the day, and this is interesting as well, it might sound bad, but at the end of the day, surfing is an industry and it's a business and you've got to bloody make money. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, and like you said, Mason, like even just saying the name Mason Ho, like I have a smile on my face. And I'm likely to want to buy something that he's associated with just because of the feeling that he gives me or that his videos give me, or just, and also like his background, his family roots and everything, just like a pure surfer.
yeah,
And but yeah, he's definitely going to sell me as a consumer. I'm like, I'm going to Mason, whatever Mason's selling, I'm into it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah,
Solly, my son, what does he want? He's on the Mayhems. What he wants Mayhems. He wants the funky sprays on his board. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
and how old's Mason? Like he's probably like mid 30s, getting on a
yeah,
bit now. He's not that young. Do you know what I mean? But he's still, I reckon he'll always be relevant. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Because he's aspirational for people for like Grom's your Grom's age and slightly above, and then for someone say like me, who I think I'm probably around the same age as him, he's still aspirational because I've kind of grown with him. And then for people above that, they see how he is bringing the like back to what we were talking about. They see him bringing the culture of the sport all the way through to the Groms, because that's the other thing when you watch Mason's videos, he doesn't do certain things and he'll explain why he's not doing certain things because it's kooky or because it's like not the right thing to do. So as well as selling product and influencing people, he's also continuing the traditions of how a surfer should act in and out of the water as well, which again is another reason why he's a great role model. Um, move slightly moving on from Mason, I wanted to talk about a little bit about what you do, because it's obviously it's not really surf related, but one of the first videos I ever caught of yours was it was you basically explaining board shorts, and you're saying how it's in England it's board shorts and in Australia it's boardies, and then how you say it in Spanish as well. And
Yeah.
and then I've seen you do a video with your Pukas board from David Santos, the um is it the
Beachy
beach mood?
mood, the
Yeah.
beachy mood. Oh my God, the beachy moody. Unbelievable. David Santos, unreal, mate.
And I just think like, so for people who haven't seen you, especially on TikTok and Instagram, like I think it's really cool. And I do think it's a really fresh take on how you can bring like obviously there's apps like Duolingo and things like that, but um, yeah, like so I wanted to just ask you a little bit about, you know, in terms of the surf, not really the surf related videos you do, because you do like current affairs as well. I've seen you do like ones on Trent Alexander-Arnold and all of that. Um, where did that idea come from? Was that just like a random idea that you saw got traction and you carry it on, or was it like planned or?
So thanks for the feedback. I appreciate that. Thanks very much. Yeah. So the whole idea was always like we're on social media just for our business, which is we sell English language training to Spanish speakers. That's what we do, and we sell courses, online courses. And that's always the main focus. But obviously, you've got to be authentic and go and do things that you're passionate about. And I've always been, like a hardcore surfer, like surfing's formed, like shaped my life. And I've never been able to be a pro surfer. And I worked in the industry a little bit when I was like grom, like in surf shops, and I had actually a little business going in Australia for a while, but I probably got out of it when I was like in like 2021. And then since then I've been in English language training. Do you know what I mean? But I've always had that sort of passion to do something related to surfing because I love it and I surf every day. And um, I think it was just once we had a little grommet that was on the beach one day. I had my phone and I was like, "Oh, let's do a little interview with this grommet." And then my wife said, she was like, "Oh, that was really cool. You should teach English related to surfing on social media, and that way you'll really enjoy it, and it'll be something fun for you." And people will be able to get a lot of surfers follow you because of just mates that I've got, they'll follow me. And yeah, start doing that. And I just started doing it and it went really well, got loads of good feedback, all the groms like with frothing. And then it's mad to say it, but I'm friends with Pablo from Rip Curl. I've been friends with him for a while. And I kind of said to him, I was like, mate, chuck us some like a few t-shirts or whatever, and I'll do some like videos like teaching English. Like, oh, how do you say t-shirt in, or how do you say, can you say that in English? Like, it's like saying, teaching like how to say the clothes or whatever. And he was like, yeah, frothing. And and then I've just been doing stuff like that with like Rip Curl. I've been doing commentating at the Grom Search events on the beach, commentating, doing a bit of content creation with Rip Curl. It's pretty sick, man. And I'm on the full local hero program, and I just really love it. It's enjoyable. We don't sell any products like English courses for surfing, really. I do a little bit here and there, like with the university, they might call me or whatever, but we don't sell anything. It's more of a passion point project for me.
Yeah,
And what I get out of it personally is I get to enjoy working a little bit in the industry, doing something that I'm good at as well, creating content to teach people how to speak English. And I make loads of contacts in the industry. I have fun. And yeah, I'm on the Rip Curl bloody local hero program, getting some threads, a few wetties, get a few, little deal with the guys at Pukas on board. So I'm just like loving life. Done a bit of work with Pukas as well. Like same thing. How do you say surfboard in English? Leggy, deck grip, fins, rail, nose, tail, like stuff like that. So it's just I've made so many friends in the industry here in northern Spain. Really, majority a bit with like Jan Martin in southern
yeah.
France, a little bit of Rip Curl crew, but mainly here in northern Spain. And it's just been so fun. And yeah, the only thing I get out of it really is to have a great time, meet loads of people, and you get a few threads and a few wetties, um, and then from a business perspective, you could say it helps us get our name out there in the sort of surfing circles where we might get clients that are surfers, which does happen a bit. But the main reason I do it, mate, is just to have fun and
Yeah.
do something that I'm passionate about.
Well, that's the thing. The thing that stands out to me, like from a pure marketeer standpoint, which is like half of me, I guess, is that every other language thing out there is boring. Like
Yeah.
I, it's really like I've followed you on social media for a while, because of like that one video about the
With the
boardies,
boardies,
like
yeah.
it kind of captured me. But then like, I sit there and I watch the Trent thing and it's weird because you're teaching English, right, to Spanish people, and I'm watching
Yeah.
you speak Spanish, and I basically don't understand a word you say, right? But I
Yeah.
watch it and I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. And then, but because obviously I can pick up on the reverse. So you
To like
say it,
translate, yeah.
yeah. So I'm like picking up on little bits, that like I'll just flicking through and then I'll be like, oh, okay, so that's how you say quality of life in Spanish and things like this. And I'm like, well, there's no other language like teaching social media that I follow that's engaged in that. And that's the difference is social media isn't actually going to sell anything direct for nearly anyone, but it's the exposure that then trickles down and then helps your business, which is obviously great. But it's on the flip side of that, it's exactly why I do this podcast is I rocked up to Rip Curl. I'd never met Pablo before, and he'd listened to my podcast. And I was like, what? Like,
Yeah, he
I,
told me about it. He was frothing. He told me about it.
yeah, which is sick. And like that. I don't earn any money out of this podcast. This is a pure passion project that I do, usually with an Australian guy called Darren, who's
Yeah, I've listened to him. I thought he was
yeah,
going to be here today. What a legend.
he's had to take a because of the surf, he's had to take a crew down to Hondi, so he's written off for the day. He actually was up at 6:45 a.m. this morning speaking to Liam O'Brien, so we got that poddy coming soon. I was walking a dog on the beach, and he didn't like we didn't get to link up on it, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Um, but it's almost the same. Like we do this out of passion, and you do your social media side of it out of passion. But obviously, for you, it just helps expose your business a bit as well. Um, so we spoke a little bit about it, but one thing me and Darren definitely are board geeks and stuff. So you got your beachy mood. What else is in your quiver?
Wowee, I've been spending some coin, Matt. Oh my missus is going wild. Like she goes mad. And I'm like, nah, I'm in with the boys at Pukas because obviously they've got like Lost, Channel Islands, that they're running everything. And so anyway, I'm basically on the Mayhems. I've got like a little sub driver, like little squash tail 511 that I love in the summer here in like the beaches around northern Spain. I've got a little sub driver 511, a round tail, or I think it was like a thumb tail they called it, but a little round tail thing. Pretty sick. What else? I got a couple of driver 3.0 like rounded pins. Those are more for like the Canary Islands. And then I have got like a 7.0 all mayhems. Is it crowd killer round pin?
Yeah,
That thing is like 46 liters or something. And I surf that when it's big in Tenerife. There's a big like right hander, like loads of like big channel, super easy,
yeah,
like pretty solid. But super easy to surf, and I ride that out there. And then I've got a 7.2 Pukas Magnetic David Santos as well. I haven't even ridden that yet, but I'm frothing to try that out there in the winter in Tenerife.
yeah.
Like when it gets a bit big, like this because it's this like sort of big wave. It's not like huge or anything. It's like it's a bit of a burger. It's not really a burger, but like it's easy. Like, and I don't really like my like hollow waves too much. Like I get a
No.
bit scared. But this place is so sick because it's got a big channel. You sort of sit there on your big board. It's unbelievable.
Is it
So I'm looking for
a bit like what you get at like Parmentier and Lusitania and stuff like that?
sort of similar, but kind of breaks further out the back. It's kind of like
Yeah,
a bit out, sort of outer reef sort of vibe. But I want to try out that 7.2 there this winter, and I've got like the Canary Islands flag is like sort of white with a light yellow and a light blue. So I've got the rails, one rail light yellow, canary yellow, and one rail like light blue. Just paying respect to my brothers in the Canary Islands, and so trying to earn some points as well.
that's one way
And
to
then
keep the
I've
locals happy.
Yeah, exactly. But then I was like, oh, these guys might think I'm taking the piss. I don't know if it's a good call. But then I got that little Pukas beachy mood as well, little 511. And yeah, I think that's me, mate, what I've got like that I'm playing around with at the moment.
Your boards are pretty standard there. Like it, well, in terms of, well, especially in terms of my boards, your boards are pretty like standard shortboard, kind of slightly smaller wave shortboard, then your standard kind of step uppy type boards, and then your longer step up kind of.
Yeah, you're on
Yeah.
the albums, aren't you? I was
Oh
watching
yeah.
you. You were on the albums, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah, I'm fully down the album Wormhole,
Funky.
ASIMs and Pickle Fork Noses
Wow.
and Quad one side twins the other, and I
Wow.
absolutely love them. But I yeah, I've had a few Pukases, I've ridden a few Mayhems. I had a what it was a Pukas Hyperlink was one of my favorite boards from them. That was a really, really good board. That was funnily enough, that was a Mayhem Pukas collaboration.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember that one. Yeah, that like
that
little flames as well, like the sort of, I think the sort of on their website and stuff, or the sort of like pictures they used of that board. I had like these
yeah,
mad flames.
had a little graphic on it of like a little like kind of
Yeah,
dragony type thing.
yeah.
That was sick. I actually surfed that quite a lot in France. Actually, I got it for a trip out there, and I actually ordered it and went and picked it up from the factory when I came out,
Wow.
which was yeah, those boys are great. Do you know Hode? Hode?
Yeah, oh they yeah, I love
Yeah,
him. Yeah, what a legend. Yeah.
hero that guy is.
Such
Yeah,
a legend. Yeah. He's a big he was a big follower of mine for ages as well. Like that's the thing, that like loads of surfers follow me. So like
yeah,
making videos and teaching English. Like I sponsor a group of grommets as well, which started in 2020 when we were all bloody locked up inside our houses. I started like a group that I did a free like class, weekly class for like a few of the little local groms, the little rippers around like northern Spain. And then I was filming those classes, recording them, and then using that to post content as well. So I think like because there were a few like quite well-known grommets, like loads of surfers then got to know me through that as well. But yeah, O'Days was following me for a long time, and yeah, we had a good beer with him last Christmas. Jaime as
Jaime. Yeah,
well. He's such a legend, and he's been really good to me. And his wife as well. They've been really cool to me. So yeah,
Jaime's
good
great.
people.
I really go on with Jaime and Hade. They're both. Every time I come out to France at least once a year, and then if I do, I make sure I go to San Sebastian at least one of those, and I
Yeah.
message Jaime and Hade and say, "What pinchos do I need to go and get?" And they'll send me the
Oh,
recommendations, and I'll just I won't even deviate, even if it's something I'm like I don't like that or I've never tried that. I'm like I'll go get it, and it's always good. So yeah, those boys are. I've done a lot of work with them. I haven't been working with them for a couple of years, but stayed in contact and like got a lot of time for those boys. And
good
they
people, eh?
rip as well.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was like, oh, they was one of when I was a Grom. Like I used to look up to him. He's probably maybe about like two or a year or two older than me. And he was like hot, like Grom, like Rip Curl, like unreal. When he was a proper Grom, he was on Rip Curl. And yeah, I
yeah,
looked up to him a lot, and still so stylish, and yeah, good people. They're really good people,
yeah,
like core
really,
surf, proper surf values, like tradition, like just pure core lords.
for sure, for sure. Well, Robbie, we've not got too long left, and one thing we do on the podcast is, and I'm asking you this off the cuff, so sorry, but we do a section which is called Kook or Core, where you say something like something that you've done, and it's like, oh, is that core or is that kooky? So, like for example, putting your wetsuit on at home and driving to the beach in it, is that core or is that kooky? That kind of thing. And
Wow.
do you have any of those off the top of your head? Is there something that you do that you're a little bit like, oh, should I be doing that?
Well, sometimes being a content creator, I think that filming yourself at the beach, like, or like doing, like getting changed into my wetsuit or whatever on the beach, I'm always a bit like sort of conscious of people looking around. Oh, look at this. Oh, there's the influencer. Oh my God. So sometimes that's a bit of a battle. Like, oh, is that kooky or is that core? I think that's a bit kooky, to be honest.
I
Yeah,
think it's
unfortunately.
I think this is a really funny thing to say because of what both of us do, because there's times where I have to do that. Same with like surfing with a I've got a DJI like version of a GoPro, right?
Yeah,
I hate surfing with it, but it gets really good content from like
I
the
bet.
POV thing. And I think that it is kooky until you realize that until you have the chance to explain to someone, oh, do you realize because I do this, I have a business which allows me to surf every single day, then that's quite cool. So I think that one's a really good example and probably a really good thing to finish like to for this conversation as well is if you was doing it and it was going out to 10 followers and but with doing that you was walking around as if you're Billy Big Time,
Yeah.
that's really kooky. But if you're doing it in a respectful and subtle way, but also using it to elevate your surf time, then I think that's core.
Yeah, it is, mate. And like when you think about like your life and making money and everything, like for me, making money and getting sales is all about being able to surf every day and being
Yeah,
free. I don't want to be rich to like have a big Rolex, or like I just want to be able to
buy
surf
more
every
boards.
day, surf with my grom, buy loads of boards and just surf every day with my grommet. And if making videos is my way of getting that freedom, like creating a life for yourself where surfing like plays a major role, well, that's be rich for me.
Yeah,
So if you're rich in surf time, then that's core to the max.
that is core to the max. And arguably, is it more kooky to make a video of you changing into a wetsuit, or is it more kooky to go and work a like a 9 to 5 graveyard shift where you're not getting to surf because you're just like in that grind. Um,
Oh,
but then not everyone could do it. So like, not saying that everyone could just go and start making videos and then Tesco is still going to pay you to work and stack shelves. But so no, I would say that in the right way, it's core, but with an element of kookiness, and that's fine because I do the same thing.
and I think I'm almost balancing on that sort of line between oh I'm killing it or I'm a kook. So that's just my daily battle.
Definitely. And I mean, even when you watch like we've got a minute left, but even some of the times you watch Nathan Florence videos, when he really goes through his kit and he's like, I'm wearing a Florence this, a Florence that, I'm like, this is kooky. But then he
Yeah,
goes and
peak.
charges and it's definitely not kooky. So it goes both ways. But hey
Yeah,
man,
mate.
I want to say thanks so much for your time. It's been sick to chat. I'm hoping we'll chat again and again and
Yeah.
we'll keep in touch. And but yeah, thanks so much for your time and we'll speak soon.
Yes, Matt. Thanks so much. It was epic to chat to you. And if you ever want me back on, I'm always available for you, brother.
100%. Let's go. Thanks so
All
much.
right, mate. Take
Have
care,
a great
brother.
day.
Speak to you soon.
Take
Cheers,
care.
Matt. See you, mate.